कुंज विहारी
माधवा कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
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 यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन
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 यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
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 जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी
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 जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे
जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे
जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम
जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम
जय निताई गौरांग निताई गौरांग निताई गौरांग जय निताई गौरांग
जय निताय गौरंग निताय गौरंग निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग
जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद श्रीनिवास गोविंद श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद
जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद
जय प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा जय प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा
जय प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा जय प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा जय प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Shatashi Sri His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samsthapanacharya Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गो प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 3, text number 7. Yes. Atha anaya api athanaya api na bhavataha ijjaya Uru Bhara Bharaya Na Bhavata Ijjayoru Bhara Bharaya Samuchitam Artham Iha Upalabhamahe Samuchitam artham ihopalabhamahe Athanayapi na bhavataha Ijjayoru bhara bharaya Ijjayoru bhara bharaya Samuchitam artham ihopalabhamahe Athanayapi na bhavata Ijjayoru bhara bharaya Samuchitam artham ihopalabhamahe Athanayapi na bhavata Ijjayoru bhara bharaya Samuchitam artham ihopalabhamahe. Atha, otherwise, anaya, this, api, even, na, not, bhavataha, of your exalted personality, ichaya, by performance of sacrifice, Urubhara bhayat bharaya, encumbered by much paraphernalia. Samuchitam, required. Artham, use. Iha, here. Upalabhamahe, we can see. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We have engaged in your worship with many things and have offered sacrifices unto you. But we think that there is no need for so many arrangements to please your Lordship. Translation with repetition. We have engaged in your worship with many things and have offered sacrifices unto you. But we think there is no need for so many arrangements to please your Lordship. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Rupa Goswami says that if one is offered varied foods but has no appetite, the offering has no value. In a big sacrificial ceremony, there may be many things accumulated to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if there is no devotion, attachment, or love for the Lord, the arrangement is useless. The Lord is complete in Himself and He does not need anything from us. However, we offer Him a little water, a flower, and a tulasi leaf, He will accept them. Bhakti, devotional service, is the main way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not a question of arranging huge sacrifices. The priests were regretful, thinking that they were not on the path of devotional service and that their sacrifice was not pleasing to the Lord. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These are words spoken by the priests who were present in the sacrifice performed by Pina. So in that sacrificial arena, the Lord has made his appearance mounted on a big Garuda, and so the priests are offering their prayers. And in today's prayer, in the previous one, they mentioned that how the Lord will be pleased even if some water, tulasi leaves, newly grown grass, if such simple things are offered, but anuraga virachita, but with feeling of love and attachment, and shabhala samshabdha, with faltering voice, paritushyasi, you will become very pleased. And to contrast that, explaining their own situation, the priests are saying, atha anayapi. On the other hand, na bhavata ijjaya urubhara bharaya samuchitam artham. Ijjaya, for the sake of sacrifice. Urubhara bharaya. Uru means extraordinary, wonderful arrangements. Urubhara bharaya, very grand arrangements we have made. Ijjaya, for your sacrifice. Ijjaya urubhara bharaya, but na bhavataha samuchitam artham. But we understand that you are not very pleased by all these grandiose arrangements. Urubhara bharaya, ijjaya urubhara bharaya, bhavataha na samuchitam artham. These things don't please you. Iha, in this world, upalabhamahe. We have seen upalabhamahe. Upalabhamahe, upalabhate means to see, to perceive. Upalabhamahe, we see. And so they are realizing that we have made urubhara bharaya, ijjaya. We have made a grand arrangements with the support of King Nabhi, and we have made this grand arrangement, but we know bhavataha na samuchitam artham. This is not what you are pleased with. you are more pleased with devotion. And we lack that devotion. This is the spirit of the prayer of the priests. So these are all very important points here. And so, Srila Prabhupada, so we have engaged in your worship, bhavataha ijjaya, with many things, urubhara bharaya, and have offered sacrifices unto you, ijjaya. But we think, iha upalabhamahe, that there is no need, na samuchitam artham, for so many arrangements to please your Lordship. And so Srila Prabhupada begins the purport with a very important principle. Srila Rupa Goswami says that is, if one is offered varied foods but has no appetite, the offering has no value. If a person is very hungry, if a person has a lot of appetite, the person is in need of food, and to him you give food, he'll be very happy and he will accept it. But if the person is so full and you give him good food, he's not so much excited by that. I remember when I was coming to ISKCON in the very early days from college, there was one devotee, and I was very shy. I was very shy to eat prasadam. It was a small house, and there were few devotees. And then I would attend the program, and then I would silently slip away. Because you don't come from somewhere and eat food. But then there was one devotee. He was a Malaysian devotee. He would catch me. And he would see that I get prasadam. So in the evenings when I come, he would save a plate. And the plate would have lot of rice, dal, sabji, tomato chutney, halwa. And he would make me eat. And even if it is, give more and more, and I would be so full. And I was coming to the temple without my parents' knowledge. For some time I had to go through that kind of a thing. And then when I go home, my mother is offering dinner with everyone, and I have nothing, I can't eat anything. He fed me so much. And then my mother would ask, did you go to ISKCON today? The way you are eating, she could make out. So, and then this devotee, he would overdo that. And then just I'm saying, okay, enough, Prabhu. And then he would talk to me a little bit. And then I'm coming, no, 1 minute. And he would bring one glass of milk. One full glass. No, Prabhupada said you must drink hot milk. Then the brain tissue will develop to understand. And he would make. So I am so full and I come home and there's a full serving. How difficult it was. So it's like that. If you are hungry, you can eat very well. If you are not hungry, hunger and appetite. Hunger is need for food and appetite is desire for food. When you have eaten well, you have no hunger and no appetite. You have no need and you have no desire. You ate very well, nice prasadam. And in that state, how can you eat? So that's the example Rupa Goswami is giving to tell us the position of the Lord. What is the Lord's position? That is why we chant the mantra, Om Purnamadha. He is Purnam. He is complete. He is perfect. He has everything. What does he need? So our Uru Bhara Bharaya Ijjaya, grand arrangements we are making to give to the Lord. Everything is already His. What are we giving Him? So, this is the position of the Lord that the sages, the priests here in King Nabhi's assembly are pointing out. This is the position of the Lord. We should also recognize our Master, whom we are trying to serve, the Supreme Lord. This is His position. He is not in need of anything. In a material world, you can please a master, because a master, although he's called master, he has so many needs, so many imperfections, so many deficiencies he has. So you can do something and he may feel pleased. But here we are in a situation, our situation is very challenging. The master we want to please, he owns everything. He is the controller of everything. He is the proprietor of everything. And we are trying, what can we give him to please him? That's why Srila Prabhupada has written here, if one is offered varied foods but has no appetite, the offering has no value. So the point Prabhupada is making here, the Ritviks are making here, is that it has to be with devotion, attachment, and love. This is what Prabhupada has pointed out here. In a big sacrificial ceremony, there may be many things accumulated to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if there is no devotion, attachment, or love for the Lord, the arrangement is useless. This is what the Lord is seeing. Whether there is devotion, attachment, and love. So in other words, everything that we do, sometimes we may feel, oh, I am so talented, and I am so capable, and I am so wonderful. See how nicely I can do. The talent, ability, everything is Krishna. It is not ours. So I can do this wonderful thing. So we should be very careful in our thinking. The Lord already owns all this. And the Lord is not attached to all this. The Lord has permitted materialistic karmis who also have talent. According to their karma, they have got it. And they are using it and displaying it in different ways in the material world. Krishna has allowed, making people forget the Lord. And even in such activities, Krishna has permitted. And materialists do grand arrangements, using their talent, using their resources, using their wealth. And the Lord is permitting that. So the Lord is not attracted by all that. It is already His. When conditioned souls want to use it for their enjoyment, if they have the necessary pious credits, Krishna will say, all right, have it. But what the Lord is looking for is devotion, attachment, and love. Whether we are able to offer this with the right consciousness, with the right mood. This is the most important thing that, and the sages are saying, we lack that. Now, Prabhupada has always taught us that all these 9 cantos of the Bhagavatam are preparation for us to understand and appreciate the 10th canto. Like these verses like this in the Bhagavatam, the statements made by the priests here, this is all to convey to us what is the real position of the Lord. This is understanding Krishna tattvataha. This is the meaning of saying tattvataha gnatva manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yathathamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. Tattvataha veta. To know Krishna in truth. So, all of these principles that are being mentioned here, all to help us understand, because Vyasadeva wants to reveal some of the very confidential aspects of the Lord, not normally revealed, even in the Vedic literatures. Because it requires extraordinary qualification to understand and appreciate that. So, Vyasadeva this is his final work, Srimad-Bhagavatam. After writing all the Puranas, the Mahabharata, Upanishads, Vedas, Vedanta Sutra, now he has come to this point, the final work. Because his spiritual master Narada Muni told him, even though you have done all this, it is incomplete because you have not sufficiently revealed the glories of the Lord and his activities. Now normally, when the spiritual master tells something, we should immediately do it, right? So Narada Muni told Vyasadeva, write about Krishna and his activities. So we should expect Vyasadeva will write first chapter in the Bhagavatam about Krishna. No, he has written 9 canto and not yet talked about Krishna and his leelas. Of course, there are Krishna's avatars and all those leelas have been explained. But the Supreme Lord Krishna, because there is a preparation required. Preparation, one in terms of understanding. Another is preparation in terms of spiritual development. It is not just intellectual understanding. Spiritual development, coming to a transcendental position, coming to a liberated position. So, Vyasadeva wants to prepare a spiritualist through these 9 cantos to tell us who is Krishna. Because he's going to tell some very confidential things. He's going to tell that how Mother Yashoda holds a rope in her hand. Krishna trembles and tears come from his eyes. If you don't know who Krishna is, why Krishna is trembling when he sees a rope in the hands of Mother Yashoda, you will not understand. Vyasadeva wants to tell how Krishna with the cows and the calves and the cowherd boys, he is taking them to the forest, from one forest to another forest, and playing there. They see some frogs croaking, they're all imitating the frogs. They see some birds flying and their shadow on the ground running. They are running and chasing the shadow. They go to a cave and then they call out and their echo comes back. And then they start speaking so many things and they start cursing, calling out names. You fool, you fool, you fool, you fool. The cave says. And they are all laughing. What is going on with Krishna and these boys? He wants to reveal that. And even more than that, Krishna and the gopi. How Krishna is mad after the gopi. Madana, Mohana, Mohini. Srimati Radharani is one who captures the mind of Krishna. How his mind can be captured? Who is this? What is the position of these devotees? Krita Punya Punja. Who are these boys who are playing with Krishna? Who are these gopis, the girls, the milkmaids, whom so much Krishna is attracted to? Who are they? What is going on here? The real spiritual content of it, the spiritual import of it, Vyasadeva wants to reveal. And that is why he is preparing us that Krishna is Purna. He is not attracted by Urubhara Bharaya Ijjaya. Grand sacrifices we have done, we have arranged all these things because everything is his. Na samuchitam artham. These things are not required to please you. We understand that. So now you can imagine the position of Radharani, the position of these boys, and the position of Mother Yashoda and the other gopis. How Krishna is attracted to them. It is because of their devotion. It is because of their love. It is because of their attachment. So only by that one can conquer Krishna. These are all devotees who have conquered Krishna. Krishna is inconquerable, Ajita. But by a specific consciousness, by a specific attitude, we can conquer Krishna. This is the confidential part of the Vedic literatures. This is the Paramaguhyam. So, Bhagavatam is preparing us for that understanding. Because these devotees, Brajavasis, the gopis, the gopas, the cows, the calves, and Mother Yashoda, Nanda, all of them, they are in so much love of Krishna. And they have conquered Krishna. They know the heart of Krishna. And they are disposed in such a way that Krishna is conquered by them. Who is that Krishna? Who is Purna? Who is full in himself. So you cannot offer him something and please him because everything is his. Only by our devotion we can please him. It is the devotion, it is the love that Krishna is looking for. So these are the principles that the Bhagavatam is bringing out. Prabhupada is pointing out these things, and otherwise it is not possible. So now the question will come. Another important thing here. The priests were regretful, thinking that they were not on the path of devotional service and their sacrifice was not pleasing to the Lord. Actually, it was pleasing to the Lord. Hence, the Lord has personally appeared. But the mood of the devotee is that I am not devoted. I don't have devotion. I don't have sufficient devotion to please you. You see, this is another important thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always said, when will I be able to chant your name properly? And when will there be tears in my eyes? When will the voice falter? This is the right mood of the rightly placed devotees. A devotee does not think that I am very devoted, I am very sincere. Sometimes we come across devotees saying, young devotees saying, I am so sincere and I am so devoted, but Krishna did this to me. They are very angry, they are very upset. You see? So this is not the mood of the devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ashlishyava padaratam pinashtumam. Ashlishya means to embrace. Krishna, you may embrace me. Ashlishyava pinashtumam padaratam pinashtumam. Ashlishyava padaratam. Padaratam means put me under your feet and squeeze me. Pinashtu means finish. Ashlishyava padaratam pinashtumam adarshanan. You can be invisible to me, not appear before me. You may not appear before me. Adarshanan. Marmahatam. And you may break my heart. Marmahatam means break my heart. Ashlishyava padaratham pinashtumam adarshanan marmahatam karotuva. You can do all these things. Yatha tatha vavidadhato karotuva. Whatever you want, you can do. Yatha tatha vavidadhato lampato mat prananatastu sayeva naparaha. You will always be my prananatha. You will always be the Lord of my life. Mat prananatastu sayeva naparaha. And no one else shall be in that position. I surrender to you unconditionally. You can do whatever you want with me. This is the last Shikshashtaka of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's telling us what is the mood of the devotee. So, Nayanam galadashrudharaya vadanam gadgadaruddaya gira pulakhair nichitam vapu kadatava namagrahane bhavishyati. When I chant the holy name of Krishna, when will there be tears in my eyes? When will the voice falter? When will the hair stand on end? When will that time come? So I don't have that devotion. This is the mood. That is why the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the teachings of the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the perfect understanding, is the perfect realization of God consciousness. And these are all brought out by Srila Prabhupada. And these principles that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught and his associates, his followers have taught, it's all founded in the words of the Bhagavatam. And so Prabhupada is pointing out here, the priests were regretful, thinking that they were not on the path of devotional service and their sacrifice was not pleasing to the Lord. They were feeling inadequacy. They were not feeling that, no, Krishna, I am so devoted to you. I am so sincere. I am so nicely worshipping you. No, I am still not enough. For what is Krishna's position? My devotion is completely inadequate. It is completely lacking for what the Lord for his position, in his position, truly deserves, and for what he has done to all of us. This is the feeling. So, here the emphasis is that Urubhara Bharaya Ijjaya Na Samuchitam Artham. Samuchitam means appropriate, what is required. Na Samuchitam Artham. These grand things are not really required. And we have done all these grand things without devotion. So this is the feeling that the sages, that the priests are expressing to the Lord. So, we have been reading in the Brahmotsava reading, Shri Radhika hoite Kanta Ganera Vistara. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita describing. Kanta means lover. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, there are three kinds of lovers of Krishna. And these three kinds of lovers, one is Lakshmi Gana. In the Vaikunta, Lakshmis, they all are Sambrahma Sevyamanam. With great reverence, they are serving the Lord. Then there is another kind of lovers of Krishna, and they are Pure Mahishi Gana. In Dwaraka, there were so many queens, like yesterday we read about Satyabhama, Rukmini, and so many other queens. They were all very devoted and they wanted to serve the Lord. This is another kind of Kanta, Krishna Kanta. They are all Krishna Kanta, they are lovers of Krishna. And then there is a third, Vrajangana Rupa. That is the milkmaids, the damsels of Vrindavana. All of them are Krishna Kanta Gana. They are all lovers. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita says, all of them are Radhika hoite Vistara. These are all expansions of Radharani. So now you see what all Radharani is doing to please Krishna in different ways. She's expanding herself as Pure Mahishi Gana. She's expanding herself as Lakshmi Gana. She's expanding herself as Vrajangana Gana. And all of this is with her single intent. I must please Krishna in different ways. This is the special mood of the gopis. This is the special mood of Radharani. How to please Krishna. And we know how Krishna is so full. By grand offerings he cannot be pleased. Just like a man who is fully, his stomach is so full. You give him nice preparation, I made this for you. He'll say, no, I don't want any of this. I am so full. Krishna is Purna. This is the first understanding. Krishna is complete. He is perfect. Everything is His. He is the proprietor of everything. What can we offer? We can only offer our heart. So it's so important. We learn this art, how to offer with love and devotion and attachment. These are the three words Prabhupada has used in the purport, in today's purport. With devotion, attachment, and love. If it is without devotion, without attachment, without love, it is useless. That is why the art of devotion is Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. Bhaktya Prayachati. Offers with devotion. Tadaham Bhaktya Upahritam. Bhakti Upahritam. Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. Prayatatmanaha is another important word there. It means a purified soul. So this is an important target, goal for all the pujaris, because they are offering every day so many times. Prayatatmanaha. Prayatatmana means purified in the heart. So only when we offer with purity, so we should be very conscious that I must purify my consciousness. I must improve my consciousness. Every devotional act that we are doing, it is meant to purify our consciousness, make our attitude better day by day. Because that is what is going to please the Lord. One last point before we close. So here, ijjaya uru bhara bharaya na samuchitam artham. Uru bhara means grand. Uru means extreme, exceedingly. So, why are we doing grand services? We are trying to build grand temple. We are trying to build a skyscraper temple and all these things. We should also just do patram pushpam phalam. That's enough. Krishna is pleased by that. This is where we need a spiritual master to guide us according to place, circumstances, and people. Srila Prabhupada has asked us to build grand temples for the Lord. It was the desire of his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. Such grand temples are built. Because they know in Kali Yuga, when people see grand temples, they'll say, oh, these people must be very special. They will hear us. This is what Prabhupada told when somebody asked, why are you building grand temples? I can sit under a tree and chant Hare Krishna and I can be very happy. But you will not come and hear from me unless I build a grand temple. Because I have built a grand temple, you have come all the way from Calcutta to Mayapur and you are asking, what is this you are doing? What are you doing? Why you are doing this? You see, this is the nature of Kali Yuga. I remember when I first time went to Mayapur, this was 35 years back or so. When I saw big building, there was no big temple at that time. There was a big temple hall, Radha Madhav was there. First time I went, only Radha Madhav, not even the Sakhis, but came later. But when I saw those big guest houses, oh, this is the organization, I must give my life. Nothing, everything will be safe, secure here. You see, this is how conditioned souls are. We are looking for safety, security and all that. When you see all these things, yes. That's why our parents also, nowadays when parents see, oh, big temple, big organization, okay, let my son go and join. They feel some kind of a confidence. They are concerned. Of course, the parents are very loving, concerned about their children. The children may make a wrong move. That's their worry. No, this organization is big. This will take care. It gives some confidence. So, our acharyas, our Acharya Deva, Srila Prabhupada, and our Bhaktisiddhanta, our Purva Acharyas, they realize this is the highest knowledge. There is nothing greater than this. And this knowledge should be taught in grand places so that people of Kali Yuga will come and hear attentively, respectfully, reverentially, and they will get the benefit. If it is not engaged, if this kind of an infrastructure is not created, so Maya is creating parallel infrastructure, grand infrastructure in the material world in Kali Yuga. You just see hospitals. In younger days, we used to go hospital, all dirty, and then now hospitals are like 5-star hotels, right? You go for shopping. We used to go shopping, some Shetty shop in Bangalore. We would stand and buy and something. Now all malls. So Whether you go to a hospital, it is grand. Whether you go to a cinema theater, it is grand. Shopping malls are grand. Everything is grand, and people are bewildered. Oh, this is the great thing. So our acharyas want grand temples for Krishna also. If this is not there, if our temples are poor, dirty, unkept, and like that, and then we won't be attracted. Prabhupada made all these things. That's why we got attracted to Krishna consciousness. And that is why Guru's order is essential. So now we have to do grand things with the right attitude. And that is what Srila Prabhupada wants us to do. If we do our chanting nicely, if we do our morning sadhana, if we hear from the Gita and the Bhagavatam, Krishna, Prabhupada has put all these practices in place which will continuously cleanse our heart and bring about the proper attitude of devotion. Because that is going to please Krishna. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad-Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.